everybody. How y'all doing today? Hopefully you are doing fantastic. You know, that's the words I always say. Hopefully you're doing fantastic. My little cup says, put a little lipstick on and hustle. So that's my little hot chocolate to keep me going. My throat's a little parched today. But how are you? Thank you all for joining. It's time for Madam CEO Live. This is a place where we congregate, you know, like it's like a family of multi-millionaires, and we come together to give you ideas, wisdom, insight, inspiration, and information on how you can not only start your business, hey love, how you can only start your business, but you can have a successful money-making business. I am Madam CEO. At least I own Madam CEO, University.com, and Madam CEO Inc. My name is actually Tia Wilson McQuarrie, and I am typically here Tuesday through Friday, right around now, 12:45, 12:50 time. And I come on here to give you some wisdom and insight that no one gave me, so that I can go on and make my first 7 figures. Now, in case you're wondering, did she actually do it? Yeah, I did. I started in business 28 years ago now. And I realized that it was the best decision that I ever made. I gave myself the pink slip and I became my own boss. So I was a single mom, just trying to figure it all out on my own with no help. And I did it. And I want to share with you all the wisdom and the guidance and the understanding and mistakes and victories that I have received over the years, so that you don't have to worry about and do the things that I did the wrong way, and you can go headlong into making a lot of money doing the vision that you have. People know me for taking your creativity, turn it into currency. A lot of you all have ideas and you don't realize that if you monetize it, the world would be a better place, and so would your bank account. So I'm going to hang out with you today for about an hour, or maybe a little bit less, but we're going to try to finish this list today. I usually do like 2-day things, but it's a Friday, guys, and I have a crazy weekend, and so I really want to make sure that I get right down to business. Do me a favor and push the share button. Some of you all have started businesses, some of you all have started ministries, and we just don't know what to do with it. You know, it's like, okay, I heard you say, or I heard other people say you need to have 7 streams of income. I've started it. What do I do? And what if I didn't quite start my own business, but I'm in an MLM? What do I do? So we're going to talk about all of those amazing things today. What is it going to take for you to start a successful money-making business? There is a difference between just starting a business and having a money-making business. And so I want you all to do me a favor and help me spread the word. Let's see if I can. I don't know if we don't have any broadcast details. Oh my goodness. I don't know what happened. I did put the information up there on Periscope. Did you see the description when you came in? I cannot check the description, unfortunately, but it disappeared. But we are talking about how to start a business. Now I've started a business. Now what do I do? And so thank you all for joining me. Hey, Renee, how are you? Thank y'all as y'all coming on in. Y'all say, hey, hey, hey to me. Hey, 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 hey. I want to get right into church announcements and then really get some time into our content. I want to do Q&A. And so if you've got some questions, today is the day. Friday is always our Q&A day, whether you knew that or not. And so this is the time that you can actually get free business coaching and entrepreneur coaching and ministerial advisement from me. I have, like I said, 28 years in the entrepreneurial space, but I've also been a senior pastor, church planner, and bishop in the Lord's Church. Bishop for the last 6 years, and church planner and pastor for the last 17 years, church planter for 23. And so I want to give you some of my wisdom again, so that you don't have to make some of the mistakes that I made. Some of the biggest lessons that I learned is what not to do. And so I want to share that wisdom with you. All right, so I want to give you a couple of church announcements. Now, here's the first one. If you like what you hear, go on and give me some hearts, give me some loves. I want to see that you are entertained, that you are, interacting with me. And sometimes I am entertaining. But I want to see that you're interacting with me. So do me a favor. The Blueprint book, are you able to use it online or via computer, or is it a download only? You can, right now it's a printable. You know what, Pastor Chris, I need to check to see if we can actually make it where you can actually work on the inside of it. Let me check that. But right now I do know that it's only downloadable. Yeah, because it's a locked PDF. So I know that you cannot write on it. Yeah, we had to do that. But let me see if we can do something else. Let me see if we can make it an edible edition for that. Okay? And I'll definitely work on that today. And thank you for that question. I do appreciate it. When you start a business, a nonprofit, when you start a ministry, sometimes it's kind of scary. We talked about that yesterday, specifically if you've got to go it alone. So if you're in that situation where you got a vision, you want to build, and you got to do it all yourself, and you don't know what to do, how to do it, go back and look at our last 2 sessions, and that's going to help you out before we're going to take those down. Okay. The other thing I want to let you know in our church announcements, outside of you asking me questions and giving me some love, I want you to share. I am committed to helping at least 100 people become 6-figure CEOs. And so what I have done is I have put together a product. It is an 11-week coaching intensive. It is called the Elite Boss Society coaching group. And it is a time where we're going to come together for about an hour and a half every week. And I'm going to give you everything that you're going to need to set up a 6-figure income earning business. Okay. I'm going to tell you all the things that I don't tell people. Yes, I don't tell everybody everything. I'm going to share with you guys secrets. And so it's very, very important that you're a part of it. We are running a sale today because our orientation starts next Wednesday on the 17th. And the class is on Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. Okay. And so understand this. What I want you guys to get an opportunity to do is to go in and sign up for the class. It's 11 weeks. And then on the 12th week, I'm going to have a glam day. I'm going to bring in my marketing squad, my branding squad, my photographers, my product developers. We're going to come and we're going to circle around you and your idea, and we're going to give you an actual branded, packaged product so that you'll be ready to go. And so that's one of the benefits of being a part of this class. Again, it is an intensive. It is for people who are committed to making 6 figures in their business for 2018 and moving forward. If that's not you, don't come. But I'm encourage you to come. Again, you can get $100 off the fee. It's $800 normally, but you're going to be able to get it for $700, and you're going to have a really realistic and tangible and reachable payment plan. Okay, that's very important that we had that for you guys, because I understand everybody just cannot shell out $700 or $800 at one time. And so we have payment plans available. So make sure you take advantage of that. You can go to MadamCEOUniversity.com. Hey, Caleb, how are you? Hey, Dr. T. Mac, how are you, handsome? Hey, everybody, all of you all that have joined me. The next thing I want to let you know is it is the 49-day countdown. I'm about to turn 50. And so I was trying to find things that I can do. I want to enlarge my territory, and I want to have a ladies' lunch, a ladies and life lesson lunch, and a luxury pedicure day. So if you're going to be in Atlanta and you're going to be around on February 24th, we're going to have the registration up later on today. But I want as many people, ladies that can come. Men, no, you cannot come. Ladies only. And we're going to come. We're going to have lunch, and then you're going to go to one of my favorite places, and we're going to have luxury pedicures. If you want to get other services, that's fine, not a problem. You all will have to pay for your own bill. But it's just a time for us to come. So if you choose not to eat lunch, if you choose not to have a pedicure, but you just want to come and have the fellowship, I really believe this is going to be beneficial. And so make sure that you put it on your I know you're not coming to the party, but you're a single man, so this will be a great thing for you to come to. But I am going to have a fantastic time. I'm going to be sharing life lessons. I'm going to call on some of my good girlfriends, and we're going to share some life lessons. You don't get to 50. You don't stay married for 25 years. You don't go through the hell and high water that I've been through, almost dying in the last 6 years, 5 different times, literally. And you survive it, and you don't have some life lessons to teach one another. And I think it is not only our responsibility to help our sisters, but I think it's our responsibility to recognize and value the wisdom that we have lived through, that we've now gathered, and we share with other people, whether young or older. You do need to be 18 or over to attend. So ladies, you can bring your daughters, your goddaughters, your nieces, and whomever, but you're going to have to register. Although the event itself is absolutely free, whatever bill you incur, it will be your bill to pay. So I just want to make sure that we're clear on that. And that's going to be on February 24th. So it's lunch and life lessons with the ladies. And it's going to be sponsored by myself and, of course, by my company. We're going to do some very special things for everybody in attendance. So trust and believe your swag bags are going to be swagged out. Okay. Now, with that said, let's go to number 3. I did talk about the pink slip. Unfortunately, we did not get enough registrations for the date we have, but the request was, can we reschedule it again? So this is the last time. I'm going to reschedule it for February 3rd. Okay. That gives everybody a chance to recoup from your holiday festivities. February 3rd, it is $19. Okay. That is $19. We're going to have a 1-day masterclass on the steps that it's going to take for you to successfully quit your job, position yourself, and be okay All right. And I mean, really okay with giving yourself the pink slip at your company, okay, that you're currently working for if you are a transitioning entrepreneur. That means a person who works outside of their own entrepreneurial efforts and you work for another corporate America entity or something like that, or small business, and you want to start your own business. All right. So let me make sure I get everybody plugged in. All right. And then the last thing I want to let you all know, Pastor Chris, she mentioned it. I have something called the Blueprint Planner. It is a planner for 2018, 2019. If you're an entrepreneur, you need to have it. It is going to get you, it's 45 pages of instructions, and then you're going to have fill-ins, whether you are setting goals, whether you're doing prices, whether you're doing archetype building. That means you're finding out who your clients are and who your ideal client is so that you can market to them. Target marketing is what makes you rich. Okay. All that other stuff, not so much, okay? So it's going to help you do your target market. It's going to teach you some lessons. It's going to help you with your goal setting. If you do emails, your email sequences, your funnels, it's going to help you with all of that. It's also going to give you the wisdom and the insight you need, to inspire you. It has inspirational quotes in it. It's got affirmations that you create for yourself. It's got all kinds of goodies on there. So you want to go and pick that up. You can register for the Pink Slip class by going to bit.ly/mypinkslip, okay? All lowercase. Or you can use the link in the bio, okay? Or go to madamceouniversity.com. It's there. And you can also pick up the planner. The planner is $39, okay? And again, it's for 2018 and 2019. Yeah, 2018 and 19. And so that's an excellent buy, and it's an excellent gift for somebody who's really starting on an entrepreneurial journey. You cannot make lots of money if you are unorganized, okay? The next thing I want to tell you is if you all are trying to get your business started and you need to get your personal credit together or your business credit together. We're actually going to be going over some more insight on that during our elite coaching group experience. However, there are classes that are already created at madamceouniversity.com. One is called the Credit Vault. You can pick up the Credit Vault. It's $97. It includes your worksheets. It includes all of the letters you're going to need to get the repossessions, the bankruptcies, the evictions, the low pay, slow pay, no pay, collections, all that stuff off of your credit report. You do not have to pay a service to do it. We give you the step-by-step instructions. You just put the account number on it, your name on it, put a stamp on it, and send it out. We've already done the rest with our attorneys, okay? So they're legally written letters to get all of your stuff cleaned off, and you can get it in about 90 days. Most people are seeing the success of somewhere between 75 to 100 points in 90 days, okay? Or less, okay? So you want to go pick that up, and then we have another masterclass over there that's about how to build business credit without using your own personal credit. I want to say it's like $49 or something like that. You can go pick that up, and it's going to give you everything you're going to need to know to build your own personal your own business credit without using your own credit. And everybody don't know how to do that. A lot of us with a lot of melanin in our skin, if we know, we don't share. I share it all so that you can be prosperous along with me. All right. And that is all we're going to say for right now. So let's get down into our content. If you're ready for content, somebody, y'all come on, let's throw up these. Y'all know I do this every time, right? Why don't I practice this, right? Throw me up some C's, y'all. There we go. Throw me up some C's. If you are ready for content on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Periscope, I'm looking at all of my family at the same time. Go do me a favor and throw me up some C's, because I need to see that rolling, honey. When I see the C's coming up, I know you're ready. I know that you're ready, all right? So let's get into this. This is going to be really, really good. A lot of you are saying, hey, I heard you. I'm going to start my business. If you're doing Mary Kay, if you're doing artists, if you're selling tea, if you're selling insurance, if you're doing affiliate marketing, which I absolutely love. I have affiliate marketing program for my company with my Credit Vault. If you give somebody the link we have you registered, you actually get paid $10 per referral of each paid client. So we have a referral program as well. That's extra income just by pushing a button, putting on something on social media, put the ad up there, and people start and use your link, honey, you automatically got money coming. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, if you're interested in that, you can always let me know. But I often tell people you need to have 7 streams of income. Hey, Pamela Jackson, how are you? I often say that you need to have 7 streams of income. The Bible tells us 7 or 8. I believe in having 7, 8, 9, and 10. And so I've invested in companies, whether it's hemp oil, I have invested in Madam CEO. I have development, I have products and services. I do public speaking. I do television. I do all kinds of stuff. I have books. I have classes. I have courses. I have products. I have services. I am a small business development coach and a pastoral advisor, church planting advisor. And so I have money coming from different places all at the same time, because you don't know when one is going to be dry one week and one is going to be flowing the next week. And so you always want to make sure, sorry about that, Instagram. You always want to make sure that you have that together, right? Did I just lose my Instagram family? I'm sorry, y'all. What happened? You went bye-bye, as my grandbaby said. She went bye-bye, Grandma. Yeah, I'm a grandma. All right, so let's get down into content. What do I do now that I have started this business? What is the problem today? Lucia Devil. I sound like one of the old Christian ladies, right? Lucia Devil. Let's get into this. All right. Let me fix this camera and make sure that we're all on the same page. All right. And so what we're gonna, yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm doing very well today. Yesterday was a bad day, so I couldn't come on live. But today is a fantastic day. So thank you for even asking and caring enough. I appreciate that. That goes a long way. So what am I going to actually need to get started? Now, a lot of this, again, is going to be going over with our Boss Society Elite Coaching Group. But I thought that it was important that I share with you these things, because it's not fair of me to tell you what you need to do, and then I don't give you some insight on how to do it or what that looks like. Okay. It's like somebody said, you need to lose weight. Well, can you tell me how to eat right? Can you tell me what works best for my body type, my blood type? Can you tell me how do I do it? What do I do? I know when I lost over 100 pounds, I needed somebody to help me navigate how I was going to do that. And so I'm going to do the same thing for you today. My beau is trying to offend me, and I don't understand why she's trying to offend me. All right, that's good enough. All right, so let's get down to number one. The first thing you need to do if you're going to start a business, a money-making business, okay? Now that I've started this business, now what? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to push the button so we can share this with as many people as you can. Okay, I know you can't do that on Instagram, but thank you for joining me. Make sure that we're connected. If we're not connected, push the follow button so you can get these notifications and you'll know when I'm on. And so you can comment too. The next thing, number one, the real number one, is you want to get legal. Can we just talk about this really quickly? A lot of people that I deal with, they are afraid to be a legal entity because it's going to mess up their taxes. Somebody's going to know it's been made popular to get paid up under the table. You have to have a different mentality if you want to have more money. Because the problem is that you're only going to attract what you're ready for. Let me say that again to you. You're only going to attract what you are ready for. If you're not mentally ready and know that the responsibilities of starting a business, then you're not going to be profitable in the business, and it's not going to have longevity. And that's the thing. You want to have a business that's profitable, that has longevity. You have to get legal. So if that means you got to get legal, you got to look at your different registrations that you have to have. Now, yes, do you have to pay taxes? Yeah, you should pay taxes. Now, different states have different things, but federal taxes is still federal taxes. I don't know. The tax laws are changing a lot, but I know that there's a certain amount you don't pay taxes money on. There's a certain amount. I can't remember what the amount is, but I'll have it for my class. Okay, but there's a certain amount that you don't pay taxes on. You let them know how much you paid, and they don't tax you. However, if you have a business, and I know plenty of people who've had businesses and they just did not stay consistent, they didn't make a lot of money, and so they're like, what do I do? I already had a failed business and I don't want to claim I didn't make a profit. Well, darling, if you didn't make a profit, you didn't make a profit. Tell Uncle Sam, sugar, I didn't make a profit. I didn't make any money. Because a lot of times we don't realize that when we set up these legal structures that we are responsible to report to these legal entities called the IRS, called our state, our city, and our county tax commissions, okay? And so you have to make sure that you do things decently and in order, all right? Now, if you choose not to do it, that's fine. However you choose to do your business, that's fine. But if you're looking for opportunities to get certified as black business owners, where you get contracts and stuff like that, and you're not registered, or you're a 501c3 in name only, and you haven't done the paperwork, trust and believe you're not going to be able to get the kind of grants that those entities get, because you got to be set up legally. And hopefully that makes sense. If that makes sense to everybody, go on and give me an emoji, because I want to make sure I'm not leaving you in the dust. And if you got questions, this is Friday, ask your questions below. Okay. And with that, you've got to follow up. You got to figure out what kind of entity are you going to have? What kind of entity are you going to be? What's going to be your business statuses? There are lots of business statuses that you have to assume. And a lot of people don't understand that you don't need to be. And I'm just going to give you this little tip. Don't be a sole proprietorship. Don't be an escort. Let me tell you why. A lot of people will, but let me tell you why. A lot of people won't tell you why, but I'm going to tell you one of the reasons. There's many reasons, but there's a lot of reasons. Hey, the Classy Girl Lifestyle. How are you, sweetie? Hey, Lady Mimi. How are you? Addicted to fashion. Hey, sugar. Let me tell you why you need to. You need to because you need to not be escort, because if you ever get a lawsuit, something happens on your property, slip and fall, somebody uses your product, it doesn't do what it says it's going to do, and they sue you, they can come back and attach your personal property. A limited liability company, or the other choices that we're going to be going over in the Elite Society Boss Coaching Group, that's starting up on the 17th. So you want to sign up for that. The link for Periscope and Instagram is in the bio, okay? At Facebook, you can get it at MadamCEOUniversity.com. But you want to make sure that you have the right business status. Can you go and change it afterwards? We're going to address that question in the class, okay? But you want to start off, if you do it right the first time, you don't have to worry about changing it, because every change costs money. Okay, we're in this to make money, not to spend money. All right, that was number 2. Get legal. I'm sorry, that was number 1. Second thing is, you got to think about, how are you going to be seen? What is going to be your name? You want to have a name that people get. Now, I've done a live a year ago, and I talked about what's in the name, the power of a name, and how a lot of people have faddish names. A lot of people have, and it becomes dated. You want to have a name that is synonymous with your brand, that it is commercial. It could be something that is specific to a denomination. It could be something specific to a region. It could be something specific to a city, a historic area. It could be something that is reminiscent of maybe your mom's name or something like that. But I ain't trying to make fun of nobody's names, because I got a different name. But, Jaquita's House of Braids and Pies, that is not what you want to do, because you sound a real get right there. All right. So it's very, very important that you think about carefully the name, and then you want to do some research. Who else has had that name? Is it registered in your state? These are things you need to know. And then once you figure out what your name is going to be, you want to make sure you're welcome. You liked your planner. I'm so glad you did, sweetheart. I really am. Make sure you tell people about it. Do me a favor, go on and tag me, and let's share all of that goodness you're experiencing. Go on and post that for me if you don't mind. Hey, Royal Jessica. Hey, how are you, love? So this is what needs to happen when you have your name. You want to think about the domain name. This is important. On all of my social media, I am known as Madam CEO ATL. The unfortunate thing is Madam CEO was taken, but I spell mine differently. So mine is Madam CEO, one word, and the CEO is all capitalized. Now, people may not know that, and when you're saying it, it doesn't register. However, people can remember hashtag Madam CEO ATL, and everything that I'm associated with is going to come up in the Google. In the Google, as my mom said, the Googler. So I want you all to know that, okay? And so you want to think about your domain names. You want to think about your company names, that they're not faddish. Even if they're cultural specific, you want to make sure that they make sense outside of the borders of that culture, because other people might want to experience what it is you have to offer. I know I have a makeup line that I love to use, and it is straight up Afrocentric, Juvia's Place. This is all Juvia makeup I got on, Juvia and MAC. And when I tell you, I don't even know the people of the company, but honey, I love your stuff. And one of the things that I know about her, and I remember, is that she has different Nefertiti heads in different colors. So different palettes have different background colors. It's high pigmented, and it is really, really great for women of color. Well, I remember that because now not only does she have Juvia's Place, which I didn't remember, but I remember the logo. You want to think about creating a logo. This is into the branding part, but this is important because how people know me, my Boss Society people know me. When you all see, you're going to see this in backwards, but you're going to see Madam CEO. When you see that, you know it's the blonde bishop. Y'all know that's me. Y'all know that it's me. And so this is very, very important that you have that, okay? Again, if you have any questions, please let me know what your questions are. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Periscope, do me a favor and please share this with as many people as you can. Just push the share button. It don't cost you nothing to do it, okay? The next thing is you want to make sure that you have your landing pages. Now, a lot of people think, I got to spend money on a website, and I don't have it. I understand it. You don't need a website. You just need landing pages. And if you go to my Linktree link, you can go in there and you can see a lead page freebie. All right. You go to the Linktree link. It's linktr.ee/Tier McCrary. My name is Year with a T in front in case you never knew how to spell it. It's the word year with the T in front. So it's Tier. The Y is silent. But you can use the link on Instagram. You can use it on Facebook. You can use it on Periscope. It doesn't make a difference. On Twitter, however you're seeing this. And you can actually go on and use it for free. I think it's either 14 days now or 30 days, but you don't have to pay for that. Just go play around in it, go in there and see the landing page options. You also want to make sure that you don't get boggled down with websites. Now, a lot of times people say, well, can I do Wix? Can I do a free website? Of course you could do free websites. But do they convert into paying customers? Just because they have an e-commerce site does not mean you'll be able to put a funnel in there. And that's something that's very important. Everybody goes through a funnel. If I give you a freebie that is called well, yeah, that's the beginning of your funnel, okay? That's called your lead magnet. And then you have the actual product, and then you have a tripwire, and then you have your downsell or your upsell, and then you close them out, okay? That's the thing. You cannot always do that on websites that, like Wix, all right? I know they're constantly changing, but I say do lead pages, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to set that up in the group, but I'll give you a little hint. I personally use lead pages. We're about to, our email service, we use MailChimp, but we're about to go over to ConvertKit, and then we're connected with our Samcart as our paying service provider. Okay, the way we get the money actually from you to our bank accounts. Okay, and so there's a way to do this. I'm going to go systematically through all of it during our Elite Boss Society coaching group, the 11-week group. So if you have not registered, you can get $100 off today after registration, and there are payment plans. So go and take advantage of that. Okay, now the next thing is you want to make sure that you have some kind of way to connect to your potential customer. A lot of people have ideas, you have great products and services, but you don't have any customers. You have to get customers' attention, and once you get them, you have to be able to keep them. You do that through two ways. You do that through communication and offering something that they actually really want to purchase from you, or a service they want to have you provide for them, okay? And so the first way is you want to build your list, whether it is an SMS list, whether it is an email list, or whether it is some other type of list, whether it could be an old-fashioned guest book, okay? But you've got to get a way where you can begin to interact with people via social media, okay? There's a way to take everybody that's on social media and dump all their names and their emails, and you can send them out bot messages. And that's something else. Again, we're going to go over in the Elite Coaching Group, and that's going to start, again, orientations on the 17th, and the classes start every Sunday at 7 o'clock p.m. That's going to start on the 20th of January. You want to be a part of this if you're serious about making six figures in your business. Now, the next thing is you want to make sure that you decide on how you're going to get the emails out. Once you have the customer, once you've offered them something they like and they want to know new sales and things like that coming up, what do you do? How do you keep them engaged? You want to be able to email them, let them know what sales you're having, what unique things you're going to offer them for being on your email list, okay, or your SMS list, okay? Again, if you have any questions, please stop me, ask me any questions, okay? The next thing is, Royal Jessica, I need you to do me a t-shirt. Okay? I need a t-shirt. All right. So let's go in the inbox after this is over. I just wanted to make sure I told you that. All right. So the next thing is this. You're going to need to build a credit profile. Everybody doesn't know how to do that. You're going to need DMB numbers. You're going to need to be registered. Again, that's why it's so important that you are legal, guys. Don't be afraid of taxes. Don't be afraid of failure. You got to get that in your mind. Some people say, what if I fail? My question is, what if you succeed? Even if you fall forward. Don't fall backwards with regret. Fall forward with the information that you've already gathered in your hand. It's almost like if you see a football guy, if he doesn't fumble the ball, but he's holding it and he's trying to make sure that he gets to the goal line. Well, even if he doesn't get a touchdown, he still has it in his bosom. Even if he falls with it, he still has the ability, because it's still in his grasp, to get up and keep moving to get closer to the goal line. You've got to get into the mentality that I want to be a six-figure earner and I'm not going to stop till I get it. One thing I love about Puffy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, whatever y'all want to call him, he is a go-getter. I love his drive. His drive is absolutely amazing, impeccable, undeniable. He is a beast when it comes to making that money. And he believes in what he does and the products he puts behind it. Did everything that Puffy has done do well? No. Did everything that, what is his baby's name? Daymond John do well? No. When Daymond John first came out with FUBU, it almost flopped because he had $1 million in orders and he had no way to make $1 million worth of products for these people that he was actually, let me get my Periscope family back. I do apologize. He had no way of getting what's done, Jessica. I don't see it. He had no way of getting all those products done. He got all these people to buy his products at the Wynn show in Vegas. $1 million. Can you imagine selling $1 million worth of product? People don't know you. They're just willing to take a chance on your urban wear that's for us, by us. Oh my God. And you get home and you and your mama and your two friends is making the hats up by hand. And you got to deliver them on time. And you can't have a bad delivery, because then people are going to say, oh my God, I can't do business with them. They don't deliver on time. They got bad service and you got a bad name before you start up. Listen, that's a problem to have. I had that problem once. We fixed that problem real quick. I had too many orders. I had so many orders. It was crazy. But nobody knew was the wiser. And yes, everything got delivered on time. We just didn't get any sleep. All right. So that's when we had, that's when we had our first $70,000+ weekend selling our hats. So crazy, right? All right. So anyway, you're going to set up your business profile. You want to set up your bank account, a business bank account. One of the things that I often tell people, get you an account with a local credit union. When you need to pull money out of it, it's easier to get a yes from a credit union than it is a bank. The next thing is, if you're setting up a nonprofit, you're setting up a 501c3 entity, a church, even, yeah, because you really don't need it for your business just yet if you're a solopreneur. And thank you for the love and thank you for the hearts. I hope this is helping some of you all. Let's see if I can get this to go. Oh, what just happened? What just happened to my Periscope family? Oh my God, what just happened? Are y'all there? It keeps going in and out. Y'all Periscope family, y'all actually there. Y'all come and say hey to me. Hey. Somebody throw me an emoji. Let me know that you're actually seeing this. I don't know why Periscope is acting glitchy today. This is absolutely crazy, right? But anyway, you might need board members. When you all are picking board members, let me help you all understand something. When you have organizations, when you have schools, you have nonprofit entities, ministries, y'all stop picking out your board members because you're a friend. You're a friend. They are your friends. They have to be people who have influence. They need to be people that are in the social active community. They need to have people who have access to people who have money, because your responsibility is to raise money. You want to have people who are astute in business. You don't want to have somebody because it's your cousin and they've been supporting you all the time. No, that is not a reason to put anybody on your board. They are an advisory board. They need to be able to have some kind of business experience to help you know what decisions to make and what not to make. Now, we're going to go into what it takes to have a brilliant board that helps you make money in the class. So again, I'm telling you all, get in this the six-figure earning Boss Society entrepreneur class that we've got starting up on the 17th. Orientations on 17th, classes on the 20th. Okay, you get $100 off this entire weekend. Okay, so you want to go get that, and there's payment plans available there for you as well. Okay, you limit posting on Periscope so we can't post. I did. Oh no! When did that happen? How do I undo it, Erica? Tell me how. I don't know how to undo it. I don't know how to undo it. I'm so sorry. Y'all can't comment. I'm so sorry. I didn't even know I pushed that button. I'm so sorry. If you guys want to, if you got some questions, you can always inbox me. MadamCEOUniversity.com. Go to the comment the little mailbox, or you can just email me, madamceoatl@gmail.com. I am so sorry. I'm actually on Facebook at my name, Tyear McCrary, and I'm on Instagram at my name as well. So I do apologize for that. Erica, I don't know how that happened. Oh my God. I was wondering where all my comments are, right? Let me do this. Oh, I don't want to stop this. I'll fix it for next time I come on. I promise. I'm so sorry. So you want to get your board members, okay? The next thing is you need to get a business plan. Now, when I was coming up in business plans, oh my God, they scared me so much. I figured you have to have 50 pages, you have to 100 pages. You got to have projections. You got to have goals. You got to have mottos. You got to have names. You got to have, how you're going to do your business. I mean, it was policies and procedure manuals, and you still need to have that anyway, but you had to have all of that, okay? And now you don't, because really people are just looking for executive summaries. One of the things that I have in my build your business credit without using your personal credit, one of the things that comes in that masterclass is a workbook. And in the workbook, and I think it's also an additional link, you get a link of all of these private companies that want to do wants to extend credit to you or do business with you as a new entrepreneur. A lot of people will tell you, banks will tell you, we need you to be in business for 5 years. You don't have that time. You need the money right now. And so if you guys are interested in going over there, MadamCEOUniversity.com. And again, it is the class on, not turn one idea into multiple profit streams. It is the, I just said the name of it. It is the How to Build Business Credit Without Using Your Own Personal Credit. That's the name of the course. Okay. It's 2 hours. It's a training manual. You get worksheets, you get links, you get all kinds of goodies over there. But the links that I provide you, they're live links. They've been tested. They've been proven. Me and my team, we went through them. We made sure that they are working, that they're working links. Okay. So that's going to be beneficial to you, because a lot of people don't even know where to get funding when you're a brand new business. I've already made it concise. I think it's probably 250 people, groups or entities that are willing and ready to give new entrepreneurs, not long sharks, actually people who lend. And then I have a company that I work for that's locally here, that I work with. I don't work for anybody, but work with here in Atlanta. So that's something you may need. If you need over $250,000 or more, let me know. All right. The next thing is, again, you need a business plan. It needs to be comprehensive, but you want to make sure that your executive summary is 5 pages and it actually answers all the questions that anybody wants to know that's considering doing business with you or lending you money, because people just don't have the time or the effort to sit up and read 50 pages of information about your business when they've got stacks this high on their desk and they have limited resources or limited personnel to do it. And so you want to have a great executive summary that's going to give everything to answer all of their questions. All right. And can you learn how to do that? Absolutely can. Maybe I'll do a class on it. I'm not really sure. All right. I got to see you guys' participation in the classes we already have. All right. It's like give yourself the pink slip class. We have the Boss Society Elite Coaching Group that's coming up, and then if you're in the Emerging CEO, that's a Facebook group that I have, then you're going to get a class. Okay, I think I'm probably going to do a class on tonight. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure either tonight or tomorrow. We're going to figure it out. How to make money going live. That's actually what we're going to be talking about. All right. So the next thing is, you're going to have to know what your goals are. There is a strategy to set up your goals. Again, we're going to go over this in the class, but there is an actual formula to set up your goals. It's more than just saying, I want to make $50,000 a year. You got to figure out how you're going to do that. And that has to include the cost of doing the business to make the $50,000. Who is it that you're going to go and get the $50,000 from? What are you going to offer to get the $50,000 in exchange? What are you going to do with this? I decree and declare I will be a 6-figure income earner at the end of 2018. I believe. Amen. 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 Honey, I am with you. Yes, I am coming in agreement with that statement. I am believing God for 100 6-figure earners that I can help build their businesses this year. I am really committed to that, because I know if we can get enough entrepreneurs who are really ready to change their minds and their money, then we can actually change our communities and we can really help some people. Can you imagine being able to write a check to help somebody to get through school, or being able to write off a check to, pay somebody's rent up, a struggling mom or a struggling senior, or somebody for 6 months. Can you imagine buying computers for people who ordinarily can't afford it, or paying for internet for the rest of the year, along with the computers that the kids need, or buying all the backpacks? Can you imagine that? We're talking good stuff. Can you imagine going out and being able to go and maybe buy somebody a house? Or buying a house that you can rent out to somebody who ordinarily wouldn't even have a place to live. Can you imagine? Money is power, guys. So you got to position yourself, not so that you can have the money yourself. Your purpose has to be bigger than just you having the money. All right. But you can't get the money unless you set up something to make the money and have the money coming consistently. You just don't want to make $1 million in 2018, honey. You want to make $1 million and grow that millions of dollars every single year. But that has to come from you learning from someone who's already done it. Because people can tell you how to start a business. But if you've never set up a 7-figure business, if you've never been in big box stores, if you've never even had a weekend where you make $70, $80, $100,000 a week, then check me. Let me tell you something. You need to be listening to me and my team, because we've done it. People can tell you start a business. God told you to start it. That's wonderful. But it's one thing to start business. It's another thing to have a 6- and 7-figure earning business. That's a whole totally different ball game. That's like going from the Pee Wee League to the World Series. And each step is necessary, because you got to go through the Pee Wee League before you get to the World Series. But you got to have the right foundation so that you can do it, okay? And thank you all for the love. Thank you all for the hearts. Thank you all for on Periscope, on Facebook, and on Instagram. Let's go to the next part of our list. You want to make sure that you have products to be developed to reach those goals. A lot of people just think just because I build, they're going to come. You got to have more than one cupcake. You got to have more than one cocktail. You got to have more than one way that people can get involved in your organization. You got to have more than one book. One book is great, but I always tell all of my authors, and I have 3 published authors that I have that are doing very, very well in the entrepreneurial space that I work with. On last year, their books are already done and published. I wish I could show you. Hey, Scott. Scott? Could you do me a favor? I would get up, but I don't want to just leave y'all in limbo. Could you get those books that we just got published, Keisha's books? I want to show you guys a book. She did a book and a workbook. All right. She didn't ask me to do this, and she doesn't even know I'm doing this, but I believe in supporting my own VIP clients. And so this is just one of them. And she came to me. She's actually in the music industry, but she's like, so many people don't know what to do. Check this out. It's called 99 Businesses That You Can Start for $99 or Less. It's by Keisha Kimbrough. This is one of my VIP clients. Actually, this is my first VIP client. And then, yes, I sure will. I have publishers. Yes, I do. Okay. And then she has the workbook. And so it's got plenty of stuff in there. Even tells you some of my stories. It's good information, stuff to fill out. This smaller book. Let's see how many pages. It's about 100 pages, but it's got a whole lot of great information. And she gives you all the links and when I tell you everything, from A to Z of what you can do for $99 or less and start your businesses. See, this is what I'm talking about. I move around with people who are shakers and movers. This is my client right here. This is Keisha. So you all want to check her out. You can go on and find her on Facebook. And if you can't find her, just let me know and I'll connect you with her, okay? So the next thing you want to have is products and services people actually want. And you have to diversify your portfolio. We're going to go over that in the class on how to do that. All right. Yes. And then you have to have a marketing and branding plan. Okay. Even your social media setup. Do you know how to have a profit producing bio? We're going to go over that in the class, the 11-week class. It's a lot. When I tell you it's an intensive class, it's a lot, y'all. Y'all going to learn a lot. All right. It's like business 101 on steroids. And so if you have, again, not registered for the Elite Boss Society coaching group that's going to start on the class, it actually starts on the 20th. The orientation is on the 17th. You need to go in and get there this weekend only. You can get an extra $100 off of your class, and you can bring a friend for, I think, for a $400, $500, something like that. And so it's normally $800. It'll be $700, and then you have payment plans. So you don't have to pay all of it at one time, but if you can, wonderful. But if you can't, there's a way for you to get it done. Make room for money and invest in yourself, and you can write it off on your taxes. Okay. So you got to have a branding and a marketing plan. It's more than just posting something on Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn. You got to do more than that. You have to have a plan. It has to be succinct. It has to be specific. It has to be something that's well thought out. There's certain pictures that I took last year I have not released yet because I'm using them for certain products and services. You got to know how to have what resonates with certain audience members. That's why it's important to know how to do an archetype. Now, free archetype builder is at MadamCEOUniversity.com. I want to think that the customer magnet class is there as well. Not class, it's the customer magnet ebook is there as well. I think I know that's free as well. So y'all make sure y'all going over to MadamCEOUniversity.com. Pick up the free stuff that's over there. You get on the mailing list, and then when we have special sales or special offers or things we only offer to our Boss Society, that is our mailing list, you get it and no one else does. And so there's a benefit in being connected with MadamCEOUniversity.com and our email group, okay? And so you want to make sure that you have your social media set up correctly. Yes, there is a certain way to set it up. If you have a business owner, you want to set up your business page a certain way. You can even sell off of your business page. Yes, e-commerce. But if you're not set up that way, you will not profit from it. I don't do anything unless it makes me money, unless it's something that God told me to do, just pro bono. And that ain't a whole lot of stuff. All right, because he gives me the ability to get wealth. I can't get wealth giving everything away. And that's part of y'all problems. You've been giving everything away. And it's time for you to turn that around and start building wealth. And once you build the wealth, then you have more to give. But it's hard to make and give at the same time. Okay. So yes. And then the next thing is you want to consider a policy and procedure manual, especially if you have a brick and mortar business. This is so essential, whether you have a company that maybe you are a home healthcare agency. You may have a landscaping company. You need to have policies and procedures, a manual, a literal manual. Now, you can hire people to do this for you, but nobody's going to do it better than yourselves. And that's why I tell people, even when you start your business on paper, give yourself about 90 days to really launch. You can do a soft launch early, but a hard launch, that means you got all of these things that I've already mentioned and you got them done. Do you have to have everything done when you first start? No. But if you want to be a bona fide real business, these are things that business people do. These are things that millionaires do. If you want to keep being jackleg like some of the people you know, not you, but some of the people you know, then you do business like they do it. But I'm trying to tell you how to have a 6-figure business, and it's not 6 or 7-figure business, and you're not looking over your shoulder because you're doing something illegal. Because you will have to look over your shoulder. You don't pay Uncle Sam his money. Because I got some reality stars. I have some reality stars that are right behind me in the subdivision. And honey, they got a lot of trouble for not paying their taxes, for getting money under the table. So it's very, very important that you recognize how to do this. Hey, Tim, how are you, sweetheart? It's very, very important that you understand this. So you need to have a policy and procedural manual. You need to do that. Okay. Again, please do me a favor. Please share this on your website. Share this on your social media pages. And here's another thing. You need to build relationships with people that can help make your business great. That's very important. So you want to get around like-minded people who are doing what you endeavor to do, not what you've done, not what you want to do, but they've already been where you want to go. And they can tell you what you need to do to get there and what you need not to do. So make sure that you don't not get there. Okay. The next thing you want to do, you want to make sure, again, that your social media is set up. It needs to be a profit-producing bio. If you come to the 11-week course that we're having, the Boss Society Elite Coaching Group course, you're going to learn about setting up a power bio. Everybody doesn't know how to do it. In your bio, you should be making money from your About Me section and your bio. You should always be making money. There's a way to do it. But if you don't know it, you don't know it. That's why you need to be in the class. The last thing I'm going to tell you is this. Create a budget and keep it. A lot of you all, you get excited when you start your business and you make your first $100, you make your first $5,000, $10,000, and you lose your mind because you're like, I got enough money to pay all my bills. No. I live by the 60-20-20 rule. Anybody know about if you do not know about my 60-20-20 rule, put up the number 1. If you're not familiar with the 60-20-20 rule, put up the number 1, because I'm going to explain it. Now, if you already know it, I don't have to explain it. But you need to live by a 60-20-20 rule. If you do not have a clue as to what I'm talking about, throw up a number 1. All right. No clue of what I'm talking about. All right. All right. You have no clue. You're like, what in the world is a 60-20-20 rule? All right. Okay, so a lot of you all don't know what the 60-20-20 rule is. So let me tell you what the 60-20-20 rule is. When you start a business, because a lot of people, they do one or two things. They get really, there's always the people in the middle, and this is where I need you all to be in the middle. You have people who get excited and they get their business started and they start making money and they go and spend the money as soon as they get it. They go buy everything that they need for their business and they don't have any money to pay themselves, and they have no investment money. All right? Or savings money. So you have to have self money, savings money, and investment money. Yes. Yes, Erica, absolutely. Absolutely. She knows you've been watching me for a minute, Erica. What you doing, girl? It's a 60. I invest 60% of every dollar that I get, all right, back into my business. 20% is for me, and that includes me. And now, let me say it this way. The 20% I also save, okay? So 60% for your reinvestment. That also means, like, if you're going to say you're going to buy something, okay? Say you're going to buy something. You can take the money out of that. I hate to do that, but take the money out of the 60%. All right. If you're going to buy cameras, you're going to buy cash registers, whatever, take it out of the 60%. All right. That includes even your virtual assistants or your people you got to pay. Then I take the 20% and I give it to myself. All right. And then I take another 20% and I put it in a savings. I don't touch it. All right. Because you never know, rainy day money might come up. You might have an emergency. Might have an opportunity that pops up and you don't have the money to get involved in it because you done spent all your money on lights, camera, action, pretty glittery things. And that's fine, but you need to have a plan. Again, if you want to be a 6 and 7 figure earner, you got to think like one. You can't think like a person that's on an hourly wage. That's different. I've been on an hourly wage. Heck, I've been on welfare. I've been on food stamps. I've been on Section 8. Yeah, your girl's been through it. I have. But I also know what it's like to be on the other side. And this side, which is the other side of that, is a wonderful side. My job is to help you get from that side over to this side, okay? And so, do you guys have any questions? Hey, Robin, how are you, beautiful? Hey, Michael Anderson. Do you guys have any questions? Do you on every line? Oh, thank you, Erica. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I'm going to fix that Periscope thing. That was crazy, right? But you all, listen, if you all are literally interested in having your company or the company that's even in your head become a 6-figure earning company, you have to learn how to do that. That's not something that you're going to get just automatically. Now, those of you, I promised I would say something about this, and let me go on and say something about this because we've got a couple of minutes. My website, you need my website. My website is MadamCEOUniversity.com. MadamCEOUniversity.com. Go over there and pick up your freebies. You can pick up the customer magnet that tells you how to get more customers, how to be have customers magnetized to you. There's also, you can sign up for the elite coaching group. You can sign up for the Get the Pink Slip. That's only going to be $19. Okay, and that's a 1-day class. It's actually for an hour and a half. I'm going to do Q&A. I'm going to show everybody how to systematically and correctly give yourself the pink slip. So go from your job you have now to actually being a money-making CEO. And then let's see. There's all kinds of stuff over there. There's all kinds of stuff. And again, if you guys are interested in just having lunch with the ladies in a luxury pedicure, we're gonna exchange life lessons. I'm going to be hosting that on let's see, it's going to be on February 24th here in Atlanta. It's absolutely free. You just have to pay for your lunch and pay for your pedicure, of course. If you choose not to do any of that, you just want to come and hang out, come on and hang out. It's for any woman that's over the age of 18. We're going to give life wisdom, insight, things I wish somebody had told me when I was 20, when I was 30, when I was 40. Heck, when I was 49, I wish somebody had told me. We're going to share wisdom. I think it's our responsibility. When you know better, you do better, but you got to tell other people so they can do better with you. Okay. But go to MadamCEOUniversity.com. Do any of you all have any other questions? Because I'm going to get into this multi-level marketing really quickly. If you're into direct sales, If you got questions, just put them below. If you got direct sales questions or multi-level marketing questions, I'm sorry. Yeah. If you have questions about what we talked about today, write them below or comments. In terms of multi-level marketing and sales, do you have to do all this whole list? No, you don't. But I will say you want to have your own, name. Okay, not just the name that MLM gives you or the direct marketing company gives you. You want to come up with your own name. You want to get your own domain name. Okay, they're going to give you a 1099, so you want to make sure you got to make sure that you pay your taxes. Okay, if it meets the criteria for you actually paying taxes on, which means you're actually making money from it. Okay. You want to have a business plan. If you have an MLM, should you have a business plan? That is a question somebody asked me. Yes. Do you have anything for entrepreneurs that are the 8-year-old entrepreneurs? I do not, but I will tell you this summer, we're going to actually do a junior entrepreneur camp. And so I'm thinking I'm going to do it online instead of we were going to host it here in Atlanta, but I think I'm going to do it online, and your baby will be able to attend. So they need to be, it need to be 8 years old. Okay. So I know I was very industrious while I was eight. My baby started making Matthew's mini muffins when he was 6. So I helped him, but that's so important. And thank you for even saying that. Let me make sure I put that date down. Go check so I can check the date and get back with you guys. Okay. I'm writing myself a note. Okay. So when you have a business plan, you at least you don't need a 50-page plan. You're not doing projections so you can get a loan. But what you have something that's going to keep you and the team that you're building on target. What is it that you need to build? I know for MLM that that we have set up actually, that's a part of my hemp oil company that I invested into. We have something called the Power of 7. So we have our group, and that group I'll help you set up your group, and then I help you get 7 hustlers. Okay. And what they're doing with their sales, and we will train them. Then you have those sales, and those sales from their sales will then go, and the funnel goes up instead of normally funnels go down. And so that's something I'm teaching, but that's something you need to consider. You need to have a plan of action, okay? A plan of marketing and a plan of branding with your company, even if it's a direct marketing sales or MLM company. And then the last thing I would definitely tell you to do is, I said a marketing plan. You want to make sure that your social media is hot. You don't want to be using canned stuff from the company. You actually want to do things that stand out. Get you a good graphic designer. Don't have one. Look me up. We have a whole staff of people here to help you do what it is that you need to do to make sure that your branding and your marketing is on point. Well, listen, I don't want to take up any more of your time. Again, thank you all so much. If you are going to be in the Atlanta area, please, ladies, consider joining me on February 24th for lunch and life lessons with the ladies and luxurious pedicures. Yes, we're going to have lunch, we're going to have pedicures, and we're going to have life lessons. And so that's something that I want to do. I want to enlarge my borders and start meeting some of the people that watch me and who know of me. I want to start meeting you guys personally. It's going to be here in Atlanta, and I'll get the information. Registration is absolutely free. You just have to show up and pay for your lunch and your pedicure. All right. The next thing, again, go and sign up for the Elite Boss Society Elite Coaching Group. It is $700 this weekend only. You're getting $100 off, and it's paid. It's paid, and so it's actually 11-week program, and then you have the option of doing the VIP day, which is the week 12. You're going to come here to Atlanta, and I'm going to pull you with all of my branding and marketing team, my photography team, everybody, and we're going to pull together, and we're going to build up your products and your services, your look, your brand, all that stuff, and you'll be ready to go and launch it into the world when you're done. The credit vault, if you're looking to build your own personal credit and to fix your credit, to get all that crazy stuff off, going over there to credit vault. It's $97. It is an hour in teaching and training and checklist and all the letters you're going to need to clean up all of your credit from all the garbage that you have. And then the last thing is make sure that you go over and sign up for the pink slip. That is going to be on February 3rd. We had to change the date. And so that's going to be $19.97. I said the last thing. And pick up your blueprint planner, all right, to get you on schedule, on target for success. Listen, I will see you guys on a Tuesday. And look out for my 49 days to the 50, fabulous 50 countdown. Yes, y'all. Wow, what's about to happen. All right, I'll catch you all later. Madam CEO Live, it's been a pleasure. Mwah. See you. Bye.